Is loneliness a disease, or is it a gift? Today, we'll explore what loneliness truly is and whether it's something to be feared or embraced. Many of us view loneliness as a threat, an empty void we must avoid at all costs. But is loneliness really something to run from, or is it an opportunity for self-discovery and a return to one's essence? Let's dive into these questions together. In modern society, loneliness is often portrayed as a negative concept. Especially in a world where constant communication and connection seem mandatory, loneliness can feel like a failure. If you're alone, you're seen as isolated, misunderstood, or even inadequate. But that's only the surface of loneliness. Beneath it lies a much deeper meaning. Is loneliness truly a disease, a problem? Let's question this for a moment. Yes, it can be difficult and even painful at times. But doesn't this pain teach us something? Just as physical pain signals something is wrong with the body, loneliness could be our soul trying to convey an important message. In loneliness, we have the chance to see ourselves fully exposed. We confront our weaknesses, mistakes, desires, and fears. Perhaps what we fear most is this, the sharp awareness that loneliness brings. Yet, this awareness can also be a form of enlightenment. In solitude, we strip away the expectations and judgments of others. In loneliness, we don't listen to what others want from us, we listen to our inner voice. This voice may initially be chaotic, like a storm. But if you patiently listen, you may find yourself within that storm. And this is why loneliness is not a disease but a gift. Loneliness is one of the most powerful ways for us to reach the most authentic, unfiltered version of ourselves. So, what is loneliness? Loneliness is, at its core, being alone with yourself. It's that moment when you step away from the noise and the masks of the outside world and turn inward. This moment can seem dark, cold, and empty from the outside. But within, you realize that this emptiness is vast, like the infinite space between stars. In that space, your thoughts and emotions are free to roam, creating a boundless realm where you're no longer confined by the identities or roles others impose upon you. You remain only as you. Perhaps the real question is how we cope with loneliness. Many people, when faced with being alone, immediately seek escape. They dive into social media, watch TV, or surround themselves with friends. These distractions may provide temporary relief. But in the long run, you cannot escape yourself. No matter how much you suppress, your inner self will surface one day. This is why, instead of fighting loneliness, we need to learn to befriend it. Because loneliness is the most powerful guide to understanding who we truly are. Loneliness is, indeed, a kind of test. But it is a test that leads you to your true freedom. When you're alone, you learn to exist without depending on anyone. This is a form of liberation. Loneliness frees you from the external world's impositions, societal expectations, and unnecessary attachments. It allows you to find value in yourself, without needing others to validate it. Loneliness is not a disease. In fact, it's a gift that allows you to discover yourself and delve into the depths of your soul. Yes, this gift may not always be comforting, it can be challenging, even painful. But remember, the greatest transformations often follow the most difficult experiences. Loneliness is not something that should frighten you, it is a journey that strengthens and matures you. In the end, loneliness is neither a deficiency nor a disease. It is the deepest, most authentic connection you can have with yourself. Loneliness is an experience that should not be avoided but embraced. Because when you're alone, you actually come closer to yourself.